Good evening. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting by Resolution 18-429 has been sent to the record, the Suburbanite and Northern Valley Press, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the lobby of the Municipal Center and the Borough website. For those that are experiencing this for the first time, this is not actually a new meeting. It's a continuation of our last meeting, our previous meeting. This will be the end of this meeting will be the end of the last meeting of 2018. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Oh,
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You want a roll board? Nah?
Councilman Corsolata? Here. Councilman Bosch?
yes.
Councilman Dayton?
Yes.
Councilman Grossman?
Yes.
Councilman Hayner?
Yes.
Councilman Park?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have audience remarks. You can speak about anything you care to speak about in 2018. We'll hold the remarks in 2019 till the next meeting. And then we'll have a couple of presentations. We're going to meet our new police officer, and we're going to thank our two retiring council members. Anybody from the audience care to speak? Okay. Is the police chief here? Yes, he is. Welcome.
Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, Chief.
I'm invited tonight to come and introduce our newest police officer to the Borough Council. I'm pleased to announce, for the first time in history, our first Korean American law enforcement officer coming to the Borough Council, Mr. Joseph Kemp.
One of my New Year's resolutions is take that camera away from him.
I'll pay you.
Mr. Kemp applied to us like anyone else did. Out of 191 candidates that took our written examination, he graduated, move on to the physical fitness portion of it. He then progressed into the first interview, the second interview. Of 191 people, he's the #1 candidate. He's a New York City police officer. His last day with the New York City Police Department is tomorrow. He officially become a Tenafly police officer on Monday the 7th. He'll start his endeavor here, obviously, at Tenafly. Married, he's 10 years on the force. He did rise to the rank of detective in New York City. But he has friends here in the borough of Tenafly. He's known Korean. But this is something that has been in the process of work for quite some time. We were looking to try and get a Korean American, but I always said that as much as we want diversity in the police department, it's not going to be at the expense of something that we'll understand. It just so happens he's our #1 candidate, and he's Korean. And we're very excited to have him on our force. So let's begin.
Welcome. Thank you, Chief.
Chief, can I make a
Are we going to send him
request?
to the academy after he was a detective?
Say again?
Are we going to send him to the academy?
Well, believe it or not, that's actually processed with the Police Training Commission, and we're actually waiting for word whether he has to go to the academy. If full academy or not, he has to go to a portion of it.
Yeah.
We're trying to not send him to the full one because he has a lot of training experience, and it's something called a waiver, so we'll let you know on that.
May I make a request that he leads the Pledge of Allegiance in the next meeting at 7:30?
And that's the 29th?
Not today.
No, tonight.
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
reorg.
Yes.
Will you?
The downside is he has to hang around.
I was kidding. Does he stay on the 29th?
He has to go back to the job or something?
Tomorrow.
This is first thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda is our opportunity to thank Shama and Tony for all the time, energy, and work that they put in for the benefit of our residents and helping to make Tenafly an even better town than it always has been. I'm going to start with Shama because I served with Shama when I first became mayor. It's always been a pleasure. Shama has always basically been a voice of reason, okay? Brings a lot of experience and a lot of political savvy and connections Her connections with the state and the county have been invaluable to us, and I hate to see her go. Thank you very much. Shama stepped down some time ago and came back and re-upped for another term. You just can't stay away, right? But,
Patent for punishment here.
well, but you dish it out too. No, I'm kidding. But it's been a real pleasure working with you, and I'm sorry to see you leave. As far as my buddy Tony is concerned, if you were to stick a pin in him, you'd be convinced he bleeds Tenafly. What is it, a third or fourth generation Tenaflycian?
Third generation.
Okay. There's no doubt that you know where Tony stands. He's a lifetime fireman and our EMT,
OEM coordinator.
OEM coordinator. Sorry about that. That's why you write things down. And he's not going away. He's going to remain our emergency management coordinator, which is great because he has a lot of background and training in that as a lifetime fireman and also a fire inspector. Once again, I also hate to see you go, Tony. When you sit up here for a while, new people come, and that's great. They bring new ideas. All the people that have been here before and for a while bring continuity and experience to the job. So it's going to be a mixture of both next year. But I truly will miss both Shama and Tony, and I want to personally thank them both for their service to the community and for being part of our team and for helping me with my job, because I don't hesitate to speak to any members of the governing body for their opinions and their advice. And both Shama and Tony have plenty of opinions and plenty of advice, and it's come in very handy. And I believe there are other members of the council that would like to say a few words. Max, you want to start?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you, Tony, for the service. Thank you for everything you do for the town. And now I'm going to address it to Shama. Shama, you were the voice of reason, which for me was so important because there was over here somebody to kick me under the table when something didn't go exactly right and call me back and say, Max, why did you do that? And we're going to miss you so much, not only because you were here with us, but for everything you did for the town in the past, for the last 20-something years. I'm not going to say how many since we got. And what we really hope is that this temporary vacation that you're going to try to take is not going to take away from staying with us, with the council, and being involved with all the affairs of the town. I cannot thank you enough for all the help that you gave me and all the advice you gave me, and I'm looking forward to be together with you on the other activities.
Anybody else care to speak?
I would
Lauren,
like to,
please.
I want to thank both Tony and Shama for really being excellent examples of council people for me to follow. You know, your service inspired me to come up and run for election and sit on this council. For Shama, we got you yellow roses.
Yellow roses.
These are a symbol of women's rights and women's suffrage, and Shama is just the perfect example of this, for allowing women to raise their voice and be heard, especially me, who you've convinced to take this seat, to the chagrin of everyone else. But you've always been calm and reasoned, very intelligent in your discussions, very, well thought out and spoken, and I thank you for that leadership. And I am so sorry to see you go, you know that. So this is for you, and Tony says he wasn't insulted that I didn't get him yellow.
I would like to take this opportunity to present Shama. I'm not sure, we call this a plaque?
Yes.
A
So
plaque?
I'm sure she has plenty of this.
I'm sure she has plenty of it also, but I'm going to read the inscription. It says, presented to Councilwoman Shama Hader, January 2016 to January 2019. And prior to that, your service, you had another term, right?
Yeah, that was in way back.
2004, 2003. You were a child councilwoman. Thank you for your years of loyal and dedicated service to the borough of Tenafly, and it's dated January 3rd, 2019. And like Max said, I don't think Shama's going anywhere. I hope she's not going anywhere. She will be around. I know she asked to continue to serve with the library board, and I'm looking forward to her continued service with the town. I have something to present to Councilman Barzalato as well. This is a significant thing for men's rights. No, only kidding. But this is a token of our esteem. Like I said, Tony is a lifetime fireman. When did you start with the fire department?
1978.
Okay, so we couldn't get 1978, we couldn't get a gold watch for him, but hopefully he'll appreciate this clock.
Thank you.
For many of you that know me, I don't lack words, right?
He said a few
A
words.
few words. Mayor, council, as councilman for the past 9 years, I wanted to say thank you to the residents of Tenafly for giving me the opportunity to serve. Service has been my life. For over 40 years as a volunteer firefighter, 2 years on the ambulance corps, going way back when, past Recreation Commission member, and Juvenile Conference Committee member. Serving as a councilman was just, to me, another way of service. My father always used to say that, being, as Peter said, I am a third-generation Tenaflyian, that you can't always take, you got to give back in this world. And this was just another way of giving back. Looking back, it's been a rewarding position, along with many of its challenges. We won't mention all of them because we want to go home tonight. Looking back at some of my decisions, truly, I probably would have voted differently, to be honest. I think, truthfully, Tenafly will regret years to come for not allowing the Bergen light rail to come. Listen, for somebody who drives into the city every single day, I curse along all the way to work, and I curse all the way home because of the traffic. And the rail is just another way of making life a little bit easier for people. I have some reservations for not voting with my conscience concerning the Nature Center. I think we probably, personally, I probably would have done it better, because I think we deserve to give our kids all that we can give them in Tenafly. You know, Tenafly is very blessed to have the best volunteer fire department in the state of New Jersey. We are blessed to have a vibrant, young ambulance corps and a law enforcement agency that, to me, is probably the best in the Bergen County. As a mayor and council, we must continue to give our first responders everything they need to do their job successfully. I ask the two new incoming members to always vote for what's best for Tenafly and not to cower to any political pressure. If I had my druthers, council people in the state of New Jersey shouldn't have any political affiliation, should just be up here for doing what's right for the citizens of the town that they serve. That would be my wish. You know, I'm very pleased that we hired a true professional in Lizette, and I'm probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my career here. My passion at times does get the best of me. We've had a few screaming matches. We've had a few sleepless nights, actually a lot of sleepless nights. Tenafly has been and will always be my life. I want to again thank my fellow colleagues, the mayor, for all of the efforts that they've put forward, all the hard work. You know, many people say that when you get elected as a council person, and certainly Mark knows because he's been in this chair before, that they say it's a thankless job. Well, it's really not a thankless job. It's a job, and you make the best of what it is. I want to thank everybody again. I want to wish everybody a very happy New Year, safe New Year, and most of all, a healthy New Year. But most of all, know that I will always be here if you ever need a hand again. And you never know what life will bring. Maybe someday I'll be sitting in the mayor's seat. I'm only kidding, I'm kidding.
Let me get up first.
Well, my wife always said, it's either mayor or divorce. I had to weigh it. I'm saying, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I much appreciate it. Thank you.
Sometimes my wife says the same thing. All right, not to be outdone.
I don't have any prepared remarks, Mayor, but I just want to say what an honor and a privilege it was to serve Tenafly on the council. It was, as always it will be for even the incoming council people, always a learning experience. You're always learning and you're trying your best to give back the best you can. I loved working with everybody on this council. We may have not agreed on everything, but everybody's point of view informed mine and made me a better council person. I thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. You and I agreed and disagreed on plenty of things, but that's part of the game. And I welcome Mark and Vinu as they join this council, because I know they'll bring whatever is the best for Tenafly. Thank you, everybody.
Now, I just want to add one last thing, and then we'll go have some wine and cheese with no wine. Councilman Barzalato left out one part of his resume. 9/11, Tony represented Tenafly extremely well. He was down at the site for a couple of weeks, correct? And, you know, that's just a good example. And not only Tony, but our entire volunteer fire department acted as a staging area and was part of the team that did the best that they could under the circumstances. But Tony put his well-being out of the picture and just did what he had to do, typical of all the firemen and all the first responders that were down there. But Tony distinguished himself and reflected extremely well for our borough. And wherever I went the last 15 years, if I spoke to a first responder, especially fire people, they all knew who Tony was. And Tony, you deserve a lot of credit for that, and I thank you for all that. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, and we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back here to swear in, before we start swearing at, our new council representatives.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll see. Hopefully you'll all hang around for about 20 minutes, and we'll start again. Good evening, everyone. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. Meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the lobby of the Municipal Center, and published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year. Copies of all revised or additional meeting notices are sent via fax to the Record, Suburbanite, and Northern Valley Press, and are posted on the public bulletin board in the lobby of the Municipal Center. It's my privilege to ask Officer Kim to come on up and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. A roll call to establish our quorum, please.
Councilmember Bosch?
Here.
Councilmember Dayton?
Here.
Councilmember Grossman?
Here.
Councilmember Park?
Here.
Mayor Russ?
Here. It is my privilege and honor now to introduce the Governor of the State of New Jersey, Phil Murphy, who is going to administer the oath of office to Councilman-elect. The last time I say that today, Mark Zinner.
Thank you, Mayor, very much for honoring me and hosting me, and I'm honored to be here. I just, among other dignitaries, Assemblyman Gordon Johnson and Assemblywoman Valerie Hall just came in with us, and we were just together in Palisades Park, and there's no county that doesn't like Bergen County, so I'm incredibly honored and humbled to be here. Vanu, I wish you and your family nothing but the very best going forward. You're in good hands in terms of your being sworn in. I apologize, I can't wait to see it, but I'll be watching the videotape on tonight's news. So I'll watch that at my local television set, as my father used to say. And so to you and your family, congratulations. And this is one of these great rites of passage that we have in our state, in our communities, and we have as a country. So the peaceful transition of democracy. Elections have consequences. People win, people lose, people retire, people choose to not go forward, whatever it might be. And the fruition of that are moments like this. So Mayor, thank you again for having me. I want to say a quick word about Mark, because this is also a statement about democracy when it works the right way. And I'm honored to be with his parents and his family, who are extraordinary photographers, by the way, among other things, as we just witnessed out of the ante room. And a big shout out to the first responders who are with us tonight. God bless you all. So in life, I think there are two paths you can go on, and I'm very happy to say Mark and I chose one path definitively. And that is when you compete against each other in an election, you have two choices. To either hold, regardless of who wins, hold a grudge against the other person and never speak to them for the rest of your life, of which I don't know what good comes from that, or as Mark and I did, because we both ran for governor. And Mark was really good. In fact, Mark had a line. I worked for Goldman Sachs, which I rarely bring up, by the way, these days. Mark had a line about Goldman Sachs. I said to my people, why didn't we think of that line? It was extraordinary. But seriously, he and I and others who ran, another example is our friend Jim Johnson, who's done extraordinary work for us in our administration in Atlantic City. God rest his mom's soul, who passed away earlier today. Another great example. First person who reached out to me, person number one, can you find a way in your schedule to swear me in, was Mark Zinna. And I thought to myself, that's the way it should be. It's a fair fight. You put your arguments on the table. It's a long road, by the way. You never know when you meet again. Particularly for the young folks here, it's a long life. And for many reasons, Mayor, and distinguished members of council, I'm honored to be here tonight. But it's that particular reason that we can find common ground even when you've gone at it. That makes me so honored to be with you tonight. So I wanted to get that off my chest. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I'd love to swear you in, Mark.
Governor, who's got his own Bible?
A copy of the oath. Do we have one? There we go. I've got one, by the way, already signed officially.
Mom, you want to stand over here and hold the
Where's the
Bible?
whole crew's here?
The whole
I love
process.
this, yeah.
Hold this.
Should we face this way or
Either way. Face the audience.
face away? Okay.
Yeah.
Face away.
So you want to come this side, Mom, will come on this side of you?
Okay.
Okay.
We're going this way. All right.
Okay, your left hand right up, right?
As long as Mark. Governor, do the right thing, face the photographer.
There you go. I need not be told that often, so.
That's right.
We ready? Do you want anybody over here to balance this out?
Yes.
One more, Councilman? Okay. Here we go. Ready? Okay. Everybody good?
I stand next to the councilman when you
I
stand next to the
state your
governor.
name.
I, Mark Zinna,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of councilman
of councilman
for the borough of
for
Tenafly,
the borough of Tenafly,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Council.
Annie, Mark has to sign.
Congratulations. My honor. Do we get a shot or two here? Team photo?
Sure.
Together again.
You gonna photobomb?
I keep that example.
Somebody has to put them on.
No, we do one of these in the back.
I didn't do that. I was so polite.
And once again, I'd like everybody here to thank the governor for showing the way to Tenafly and taking good care of us. Safe trip, wherever you're going.
Parts south. Thank you, folks.
Mr. Zila, would you please, yes.
Thank you. What a pleasure. Thank you. Do I need to sign this?
Okay, motion to adjourn, only kidding, Vinny. Okay, State Assemblyman Gordon Johnson is going to do the honors for Congressman, Councilman-elect Vanu Menon.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for allowing me to do this. It's an honor. We have,
Gordon.
okay.
Amendment on Roby.
Okay. Stand by, everyone.
I wrote a little.
He's got.
I will raise your right hand. Right, good? Right here, like that? All right, because I don't want to be left out of the picture. Ready? Okay. I state your name.
I, Benito Palmer,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of councilman
of the office of councilman
for the borough of Tenafly
for the borough of Tenafly
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Can we get
Another photo op.
Yeah, pictures. I cannot cut it.
That was like the company put.
I read it and said, ooh. You know, I've been screwed up all day. It feels like a Monday, right?
Yes.
I just driving me crazy. I almost put the garbage out. And I want to point out, I know it's only January 2nd, but our assembly representatives have been here in Tenafly this year as often as the governor.
Yes, sign your name.
And Valerie, would Assemblywoman Valerie Vanier Huddle please stand up and take a bow? If we only had 3 council-elects, and I know they never get tired of me saying this, but we are so fortunate here in Tenafly to have representatives in the state, and I'm sorry our state senator is not here tonight, but the 3 of them represent Tenafly so well, and they are so responsive. Anytime we need anything, anytime we have a question, even if it's simply a matter of advocating for or against something, they are very, very responsive, and we're very fortunate to have both Gordon, Valerie, and Loretta. So thank you once again I know you're very busy. There's a lot of people to swear in tonight, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And may I be the first to congratulate both Vanu and Mark. Welcome to the team. I'll entertain a motion, I'll entertain a roll call for the 2019 governing body, the mayor and council.
Councilmember Bosch,
He
just
stepped
stepped
away for a
out.
moment.
Councilmember Cooper,
Here.
Councilmember Grossman,
Here.
Councilmember Manon,
Yeah, here.
Councilmember Carr,
Here.
Councilmember Zinn.
Here.
Here.
Mark's last.
Do I need a confirmation on the appointment? I'd like to appoint as Borough Attorney, the same guy I've been appointing every year, never gets boring, but he's done a wonderful job as our Borough Attorney. I look at him as one of the many mentors I have, Bill McClure, and I like to, nice to see his wife here too,
Yeah,
Kathy. Nice to see you here too, Kathy. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Bosch?
Yes.
Councilmember Dayton?
She stepped away.
Yes.
She stepped away.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Councilmember Nas?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember Zinn?
Yes.
No.
Kathy, you're going to swear him in, so you're sure you know where he is on Tuesday nights, right?
James usually swears at me.
If I were
Do you
you,
have it, Jenny?
if I were you, I would not.
The Bible.
Bible.
Oh.
It's the only time she can think.
Oh, yeah, you wish.
State your name.
William Alcor,
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
to support the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
Faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of Borough Attorney
all the duties of the office of Borough Attorney
for the Borough of Tenafly
for the Borough of Tenafly
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
And I'm always glad to see Kathy here,
Thank you, Mayor.
as much as I'm glad to see the governor. It's always a pleasure to see you too.
To be here also.
As a matter of fact, he's happier to see you than Bill.
She gets rid of me at least 1 or 2 nights a month. 2 nights a month.
Keep the meetings going as late as possible.
Actually,
Kathy, I
actually,
liked you.
Kathy, actually, the meetings are over about 9 o'clock. Has he been telling you they're coming late?
That's the latest.
That's the goal.
So do we have our two assembly representatives and Councilwoman Hayter here?
You sign it. I sign it. That's all right. I'll fill it out.
Well, while we're waiting, I'll entertain a motion, a nomination for council president.
I nominate Councilman Max Bosch.
Seconded?
Any further nominations? We'll close the nominations. Being that there's only one, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Congratulations, Max.
Thank you.
Public comment on, are you ready? Okay. I know you would always be on time. It's Assemblyman Johnson. When I'm going to meet him at the diner, I always tell him 15 minutes early.
Good evening. I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy 2019, and of course, congratulations to our newest council members. Lots of luck. I know you both hit the ground running, and it's not new, but it's a new year and a new chapter for Tenafly, and we have a lot of faith in you.
Thank you.
As always, as legislators from District 37, as your mayor, so actually, you always very well said in your remarks, Mayor. We are responsive to Tenafly, and we do appreciate Tenafly as one of the jewels of District 37. But we also like to congratulate and thank the outgoing members of the council for their dedication. As we know, as members that serve the public, it's not easy, and you really put in a lot of work. You've left your mark on Tenafly. So we have 2 resolutions. Gordon, you have one for Anthony. I have one. Well, we have one for Shama. Anthony, on behalf of the state, signed by the Senate President Sweeney and the Speaker of the Assembly, Speaker Coughlin, we have a joint resolution on behalf of Loretta Weinberg, Gordon, and myself. Shama first. We would like to acknowledge, it is our privilege to congratulate your tenure as a council member in Tenafly. You've lent your expertise as a development director at Art Horizons, and I know that very well. And you're tireless. You are a tireless champion of the Tenafly community. I know you will continue to be a tireless advocate for Tenafly. So without further ado, all the accolades are on here. We'll not read the entire resolution, but on behalf of the state, Shama, we congratulate you and we thank you for your dedication and your service. Congratulations.
And for
You
Anthony,
kiss him, Gordon.
I'm not going to kiss him. For your dedication to the community and to the county and to the state, as OEM coordinator, fire commissioner, and being on the ambulance squad, giving of yourself for your community, just that dedication, and it's an honor to recognize you for what you've done, making this community a better place, a safer place, and hopefully you'll stay involved. I'm sure you probably will, because it's in your blood. So congratulations. It's a joint resolution from the State Senate and State Assembly, and it's an honor and it's great to be here. So, congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'll see you tonight.
I want you to stay ahead of the governor.
Couldn't catch it.
Take care, Gordon.
Okay, at this time we have set aside, well, first of all, I want to announce for those of you that are unaware of the fact that at our last meeting, as required by state statute, we appointed Susan Corrado as our CFO. And is this the second or third year, Susan? Fourth year. Okay, Susan, has grown in this job so tremendously. It's a job that's behind the scenes. Our police are out there, our DPW is out there, the finance office is in the back. The only time any residents really come in contact with them is when they pay their taxes, which is why they sometimes have an armored guard there. But Susan is doing a remarkable job. Municipal finance is extremely difficult. Part of the difficulty is the fact that citizens sometimes think that they have suggestions and don't seem to take into account the difference between private and public finance. We're very fortunate to have Susan, and I thank you very much for your service, and I thank the council for their wisdom in reappointing her again.
Can I say something on behalf of Susan?
Sure.
I just want to thank you on behalf of the council as well for your endless patience with all of us as we try to plan projects and future things for Tenafly. You have been an unbelievable resource, and so we say thank you, and we're very excited to have you stay on.
Yeah. If I can say something too, thank you for putting up with me. You know, all the questions and everything else, nobody else would have done it. Thank you.
Okay, next, public comment. Anybody care to speak on any item at all? My favorite kind of. Okay, next, I'm going to appoint a number of people, and then I'll ask for a confirmation from the council. As our labor attorney, Ruderman Roth LLC, our auditor, Lurch, Vinci, and Higgins, our bond counsel, Winnie, Banta, Basralian, and Khan, our municipal court judge, Alan Bell, and all of these are reappointments. These people have served us well. I'll entertain a motion, please.
So
A second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Bosch?
Yes.
Councilmember Deaton?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Councilmember Minaj?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember Zinn?
Yes.
Okay, now it's time for the council to select their planning board Class 3 member. That's a member of the council that will serve as a member of the planning board.
Yeah, I move to basically appoint Jeff Grossman as our representative.
Is there any other nominations?
I second the appointment for Jeff.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Jeff. I'll see you on Wednesday nights.
On Wednesdays. Yeah, another,
Not at the diner.
another beautiful.
Okay. You want to do it now?
Yeah, because it came.
Okay, at the same time, I'd like to announce my reappointments of Mary Beth Wilmot, who's the chair, and has been serving as chair of the planning board for many years, and our second alternate, Adam Michaels. Adam is in the audience with his son. Thank you for your service, Adam. Next, these appointments all do not need confirmation. For the Board of Adjustment, Joel Friedman and Paul Brensilber, Daniel Steinhagen, and Ralph Cho. Are any of them in the audience tonight?
Joel is.
Joel, thank you for your service. Joel, Paul, and Daniel are reappointments. Ralph is new, and I'm looking forward to working with him. From the Environmental Commission, Nina Seiden, Allison Chertoff, and John Purdy, and Gina Wetstein. I'm sorry. Any of them in the audience? I know John is here. John is our chair. No, Nina, Allison, and John are reappointments. Gina is a new member of the Environmental Commission. For the Historic Preservation Commission, I am very pleased to reappoint Karen Noose, who's served many years as our chair, and Michael Barone. They serve us extremely well. They're not in the audience tonight, are they? No? Okay. I need confirmations on the following people. For the Board of Health, Bert Greenberg and Mark Alvarez, reappointments. For the Library Board of Trustees, Teresa Austin, who is taking the unexpired term of the late Arthur Peck. Soon Jung, and Shama Hader will be my alternate. Also, for the Recreation Board, Mike Greeley will be reappointed. For the Access for All Committee, and I know the chair of the committee was here, Hercules Invictus. He had to leave, but the following people are being reappointed: Robert Pecorella, Carol Somerville, Andrew Pecorello, Tammy Sachs, Sammy Grizel, Hercules Invictus. Bob Pecorello is not being, he is being appointed, not reappointed. Also, for the Tenafly Municipal Alliance, Daniel Park will be appointed as the council liaison. Is he a liaison or a member of that?
Liaison.
Liaison. I'll entertain a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Youth Services, these are all appointments of mine. Evangelina Bishop, Ziv Lavi, Jonathan Notch, Anthony Mayo, Alan Bendies, Lourdes Gutierrez, Jennifer Wright. Are any of them in the audience tonight? They all will be working with Mark Slauson in the Youth Center. Jennifer is a new member. Actually, they're all new members except for Anthony and Alan. Senior Services Committee, Mary Ann Riley, Gloria Lane. They are both reappointments. Gloria is the chair. Also, Rebecca Staffer and Michelle Hausch, the director and assistant director of the Senior Center, and both of them deserve a round of applause for the way they run the Senior Center. Also would like to commend both Mary Ann Riley and Gloria Lane and the entire Senior Services Committee for the work they've done in helping to provide a senior bus, and now we have a Senior Services Coordinator. From the Tenafly Welcome Committee, Bianca Hahn, Alida Kratonoff, Nina Wong, Phyllis Lin, Regina Herring, and Roxana Suri. Anybody's name I mentioned here tonight? Yes. I thought Alida was here. Thank you for your service, Alida. Joint Use Committee, myself, council members Dan Park and Lauren Dayton. The Tenafly Nature Center, Daniel Park will be the council liaison. Tenafly Presents, myself and Jeff Grossman, Tenafly Chamber of Commerce, Councilman Zinna, and Councilwoman Dayton. Serve us well. Thank you from the Chamber of Commerce. The Transportation Committee, myself, Councilman Grossman and Zinna, Howard Seiden, who's the chair, Joe McDermott, Gus Allen, the Chief of Police serves on that, as well as Kevin Tremble and Michael Bishop. Liaison to the Fire Department will be Dan Park. The liaison to the Ambulance Corps will be Dan Park. The Board of Police Commissioners will consist of myself, Dan Park, and Max Bash. Just to go over the liaisons on these other committees, the Zoning Board, Vanu Mendon, will serve there. Let's see. The Environmental Commission, well, Dan is a member, serves as the council member to that commission. The Historic Preservation Commission, Jeff will serve there again. For the Board of Health, Lauren, you're going to take that on, please. And for the Library Board, Shama Hayder, who's no longer on the council, but she wants to keep her foot in the water, and they're very happy to have you, Shama. Thank you for volunteering to serve. Recreation Board will be Mark Zinna. The Access for All Committee is Jeff Grossman. And I think that, well, Youth Services will be Vanu. And Senior Citizen Service was Max. And the Welcome Committee is Lauren. And I think that covers everybody.
So many committees.
I want, is there anybody else who's here as a member of the board that didn't get, their name wasn't called, former member of any of the boards or committees, former mayors, former council members? I know there's at least one former council member, council president, two, actually, I'm sorry. Please stand up.
John.
Pat Rouse and John Worms, thank you for your service. Well, are there people from the rec committee? Anybody from any of the committees or boards, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Michelle. Christine. Sarah. Welcome back, Sarah. Okay, last but not least, a few words, if you don't mind.
Just a quick question. We had last year formed the DPW committee. Is that something?
That's an ad hoc committee, but that will remain the same with yourself and Max serving on it, please. And that's a committee that's working very hard along with our temporary director to try and put things together and create a higher level of service, which I'll mention in this second. I'll entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Bosch?
Yes.
Councilmember Dayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Councilmember Manon?
Yes.
Councilmember Park?
Yes.
Councilmember Zinna?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well, good evening. There are many words to describe 2018 in Tenafly, but boring is not one of them. These are challenging times for the business of government, and I am proud of the manner in which the Tenafly municipal government has addressed those challenges. 2018 welcomed in two new council members. Our longtime borough administrator resigned, our DPW director left, one of our police captains retired, and I feel I should mention that although he worked across the street, Tenafly also needed to replace a school superintendent. I point these changes out because despite the many changes, continuity in government is expected and in many cases demanded. I salute the members of the Borough Council, as well as our Board of Education, for maintaining the quality of services in Tenafly despite the significant changes in personnel. Some of the positive aspects of 2018 in Tenafly include the following. On Sunday, June 24th, Tenafly had its first Pride Day, which drew supporters from across the state. That was followed the next day with an interfaith vigil, which supported justice and compassion for immigrant families struggling to settle in America. The summer brought fireworks and concerts. Tenafly was once again the destination for our residents and neighbors from throughout Bergen County looking for summer entertainment. Perhaps the most important accomplishment, although overlooked, was the completion of an over 20-year battle to settle Tenafly's COA obligations. That's the Council on Affordable Housing. This settlement put Tenafly in compliance with affordable housing regulations for the next 8 years. Credit for this achievement should be shared by many, including the Planning Board Attorney Jeffrey Zen, the Office of the Tenafly Co-Attorney Ed Buzak, the Office of the Tenafly Planner Joe Burgess, our Planning Board Secretary and Land Use Officer Valerie Nicolosi, as well as the members of the Borough Council who approved the final settlement. A job well done. Our downtown was in the news in 2018 also. Over a potential historic designation, our treasured movie theater closed. After a short period of contemplation, I chose that word carefully, the theater reopened with the owners assuring residents that they were here to stay. Spearheaded by a couple of Tenafly activists, a movement was created whose goal is to replace the abandoned railroad tracks that run through our downtown with a Rails to Trails project. The Northern Valley Greenway, as proposed, would run from Englewood to the border of New York State, about 8 miles, connecting everything between with a similar path. When completed, it would present a path used by walkers, joggers, and bikers. A great deal of progress was made in 2018, but this project in particular is very complex, and there's much work ahead of us. The project team, which now consists of representatives from every town north of Tenafly. Tenafly has also made great strides in providing an increased level of services for our seniors. The senior bus is a complete success, and our new senior services coordinator has hit the ground running, and she is doing a marvelous job. The staff of our senior center continues to provide a wonderful atmosphere for those who participate in the center. I will ask our Senior Service Committee to strive to have Tenafly designated as an age-friendly community in 2019. Sergeant Nicholas Oresco Park was created in 2018 and dedicated on Veterans Day. A Medal of Honor winner, Nick was a longtime resident, and the ceremony was the culmination of several years of planning. The municipal field was reconstructed and improved and opened in the early fall. It's another example of the importance Borough Hall places on giving our residents the opportunity to enjoy recreation. I would like to welcome back an old friend, Mark Zinna, and welcome to the governing body, Vanu Menon. Hopefully you come to the table ready to take on the challenges facing us. You will have the support of 4 other members of the council and your mayor and a staff of professionals that I consider to be a tremendous asset. Well-run municipalities are run by their professionals who are given direction and assistance from their elected officials. I believe our governing body can partner with the staff at Borough Hall to make Tenafly an even better town than it already is. Here are some of the challenges I believe we need to address in 2019. I give the highest priority to our Department of Public Works. The DPW and our police department are the 2 most important agencies as far as impacting the daily lives of our residents. Challenge number 1 is to find the best possible candidate to assume the role of the director of our DPW. In the meantime, we are truly blessed to have partnered with our borough engineer, who is providing Tenafly with a temporary replacement who we are all quite familiar with. Once in place, we must continue to plan on overhauling the department, supplying new, up-to-date equipment, which will lead to greater efficiency and allow a greater emphasis on the level of cleanliness throughout the town, as well as a higher level of maintenance in all of our public areas, especially our parks. Turning to Roosevelt Common, we need to make a decision on the skate park, as well as totally reconstruct the area around the Roosevelt Monument. The monument has been suffering too long from a level of neglect, and we need to work with our HPC, our Historic Preservation Commission, to give the monument the attention it deserves. I would also like to see our Board of Health take a leading role in emphasizing the stigma-free theme. I'd also like to form a committee to rededicate energy to the Mayor's Wellness Challenge. I hope to see further progress on upgrading Pfister's Pond. And of course, 2019, will it be the year of the dog park? I certainly hope so. Nobody's dogs are getting any younger. Finally, last but not least, our roads. I believe I speak not only for myself, but for the members of the Borough Council when I say we are determined to catch up on road maintenance in 2019. Piermont Road, the poster child for the record's road warrior, will be the first to be done in March or April. Council members are considering all of the alternatives in an effort to repair as many roads as possible. I, for one, appreciate their efforts. In closing, I want to acknowledge and welcome our newly appointed Borough Administrator, Lisette Arpitella. Lisette is hardly new to Tenafly. She has served us for 8 years as our Borough Clerk, a role she will continue to hold. It is the administrator who runs the town, and it is the responsibility of the members of the governing body to support her and provide her with the tools she needs to get the job done. I note the determination of the mayor and council to do so. That bodes well for Tenafly in 2019 and the future. To everyone, thank you for joining us this evening, and may I wish you a very most happy, healthy new year.
Thank you.
If I haven't put you to sleep, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a safe trip home, and once again, a healthy and a happy new year.
Earliest meeting.
See, that's where usually our meetings end.